Hello, I'm Casey Fannin, President and CEO of National Cooperative Bank. Thank you for spending your time with us as we present NCB's 2024 Annual Shareholders Report. By all measures, NCB has much to be proud of for 2024, overperforming in every way. Our growth, profitability, and strong balance sheet provide a strong backdrop, leading to many successes over the past year. NCB's strong second half enabled us to outpace our budgeted growth goals and to close our last 3-year strategic plan on a high note. Our consolidated asset growth was 10%, resulting in year-end total assets of $3.84 billion and net income of $23 million, $11.6 million above budget. We expanded our loan portfolio by 7.4%, exceeding our projected 4.1% growth, with a total of $1.1 billion in loan production across all of our lines of business. This growth was funded by a deposit portfolio that grew by nearly 16% compared to an expected 7.5%. A combination of strong earnings and lower risk-weighted assets helped us boost our capital ratios above the 15% level, a sign of stability. Furthermore, liquidity remains strong, with over $700 million of cash and liquid investments on balance sheet at year-end. In a moment, we will hear more about our financial performance from NCB's Chief Financial Officer, Alan Goldblatt. 3 years ago, as part of our growth-focused strategic plan, we set out to increase our net interest income, thus reducing our reliance on our core, yet volatile mortgage banking business. Those efforts have paid off, thanks in large part to the increases in our loan and deposit portfolios. The most notable project for 2024 was a series of loans we made to the 5 Electchester housing cooperatives, comprising 5 separate limited equity housing cooperatives in Flushing, Queens. The combined 38-building, 2,400-unit residential development was founded in 1949 as affordable housing for members of Local 3 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. In partnership with Fannie Mae, NCB provided the 5 cooperatives with $185.7 million in first mortgage loans and $14.5 million in lines of credit. These proceeds were used to refinance existing debt and fund future capital expenditures. This $200 million transaction proved highly impactful, both in terms of its mission and loan volume. It also helped our mortgage banking business showing marked improvement after experiencing a dip in 2023. In addition to making this large loan, NCB was involved in a second unique transaction involving another large New York limited equity housing cooperative. NCB won the mortgage servicing rights to Amalgamated Warbasse Houses, $275 million first mortgage. NCB's reputation as a best-in-class mortgage servicer contributed greatly in obtaining this servicing assignment. This Mitchell-Lama cooperative is located in the Coney Island neighborhood of Brooklyn and has nearly 2,600 limited equity units. While these very large co-op transactions are wonderful, they are rare. They do not come along every day. Most of our loans are much smaller and span geography and industry. In a moment, we will hear from our incoming chairperson, Gigi Highland, who will share some more typical examples of the good work NCB does. In addition to loans, deposits, and other financial services, NCB makes grants and donations to support local nonprofits and co-op organizations to expand their work in low and moderate income communities. Of note, in 2024, we contributed $1.5 million to Rochdale Capital, a nonprofit community development loan fund established by NCB in 2021 to undertake mission-aligned work that complements NCB's products and services. This brings our total grants to the establishment and growth of Rochdale Capital to $9.5 million, one of Chuck Snyder's lasting legacies. One of NCB's bedrocks is its advocacy on behalf of the cooperative communities we serve. In 2024, we collaborated with National Cooperative Business Association and other industry partners to advance co-op initiatives in the halls of Congress and support and protect important community development programs. Areas of focus included small business administration loan programs, initiatives for grocers and affordable housing members, and tax policies across industries. While I cannot point to any specific victories per se, we continue to knock on the door. It is worthwhile work in the long view and strengthens our bonds with our partner advocacy groups. Having closed on one 3-year strategic plan, another 2024 milestone was the completion of the next one, taking us through 2027. Entitled Mission First, the new strategic plan underscores NCB's commitment to supporting and advocating on behalf of cooperatives, which has driven us since our inception and is critical to building stronger connections among our customers to help communities accumulate wealth, fuel local economies, and provide home and business ownership. We do this by staying focused and committed to the 7 global cooperative principles. Overall, NCB plans continued growth across all lines of business, but with an emphasis on our mission work, including deepening employee engagement and further entrenching NCB in the cooperative community at large. The Mission First strategic plan has 4 strategic objectives. First is mission and markets. This 2-pronged goal is to drive NCB's mission through innovative products, strategic investments, targeted grants and contributions, and mission-aligned partnerships. The second prong, relating to markets, is to achieve targeted growth in our loan and deposit portfolios, grow our net interest income and fee income, and be stewards to NCB's diverse members and customers. Second is financial strength. This goal recognizes that enhancing our financial strength and flexibility is key to supporting NCB's growth and mission objectives, namely by maintaining or achieving a healthy risk-based capital ratio, a minimum return on assets, increased liquidity and net income, and portfolio growth. Operational excellence is our third objective. The last 2 strategic plans had digital transformation as the operational goal. In 2024, we shifted our infrastructure and applications to a cloud-based environment to enhance security, costs, and efficiency. Now that we've invested in this technology and many others, the aim is to optimize our systems and processes to work smarter, not harder. This focus will allow us to continue to deliver high-quality products, services, and experiences to our diverse customer base. Human capital. Last but far from least, the new plan sets forth the intention of enhancing talent acquisition and retention, prioritizing employee well-being, and driving organizational development and organizational excellence by aligning with our mission and adapting to our dynamic work environment. More must be said on that last point. As an institution, NCB's 2 biggest strengths based on our customer surveys are our understanding of our markets and the knowledgeable employees. The people who represent NCB are our most important asset and the reason we are successful. My sincere gratitude goes out to all the dedicated team members across the country. Now I would like to hand it over to Alan for some details on our 2024 performance.
Thank you, Casey. My remarks today highlight NCB's 2024 financial performance, coupled with an initial look at 2025. NCB reversed a 2-year decline in earnings as we closed 2024 with $23 million of net income, which nearly doubled our $12 million of net income in 2023. Robust earnings represent the first of 4 pillars that serve as the foundation underpinning NCB's financial strength. At year-end 2024, our total risk-based capital rose to $472 million, which includes a strong $24 million increase during the year. Also, our total risk-based capital ratio exceeds 15%, which is significantly above the regulatory 10% well-capitalized ratio. Capital represents the second foundational pillar supporting NCB's financial strength. During 2024, our loan portfolio grew by $200 million and was fueled by a $435 million increase to our deposit base. Accordingly, at year-end, our loan portfolio was $2.9 billion. Our deposit base was $3.2 billion, and our total assets were $3.8 billion. Our plan for 2025 is to achieve 5% growth in our loan portfolio that will be supported by a minimum of 6% growth of our deposit base. During 2025 through 2027, which covers our 3-year Mission First strategic plan period, we are forecasting NCB's loan portfolio to grow by 17%, or $500 million, to a total of $3.4 billion. Our loan growth generates additional net interest income, which helps us expand our mission of supporting cooperatives and low to moderate income communities, particularly in underserved areas. Also, during 2024, we experienced a sharp increase in gains on co-op loan sales due to an improvement of multifamily mortgage banking market conditions. In general, and despite the continuation of a higher interest rate environment, certain housing cooperatives needed to refinance their loans following 2 years of very low refinancing levels, since the majority of our borrowers took advantage of historically low interest rates during 2020 and 2021. So far in 2025, we have already experienced success with profitable loan sales, and we anticipate a strong year for loans that we originate and sell into securitized structures. The third pillar of NCB's financial strength is our liquidity position. Throughout 2024, we took steps to build liquidity and thereby expanded our preparedness for an extremely unlikely liquidity stress event. In addition to our deposit growth from both new and existing customers, we increased our collateral postings for readily available borrowing capacity from both the Federal Home Loan Bank and the Federal Reserve Bank. We also increased by $110 million our now $460 million liquidity investment portfolio of high credit quality securities. This past July, we made our annual patronage refund distribution to over 1,600 of our member shareholders. Of the $13.5 million in patronage refunds, $2 million was distributed in cash. We carefully strike a balance between stock and cash refunds in recognition that the cash portion of these distributions reduces NCB's capital, while the stock distribution creates the ability to grow our portfolio and serve more customers. The fourth and final pillar of our financial strength is the credit quality of our loan portfolio, and it remains particularly strong with credit losses below industry averages. NCB continues to closely monitor and quickly react to emerging trends in the market and the economy that can impact the credit quality of our loans and anticipated new loan originations. A major NCB function is the servicing of our portfolio loans, as well as loans that we have originated and sold over time. As of year-end 2024, the loan serviced for others is over $5.6 billion, which brings the total loans that we service to $8.5 billion. Furthermore, we are recognized as servicer of choice for co-op loans, and in 2024, we became a servicer for a major housing cooperative loan that we did not originate. NCB is a unique and truly mission-driven bank. We are on a long-term journey of making profound impacts on communities nationwide, despite times of adverse economic or market conditions. Our success is made possible by NCB's dedicated employees that are passionate about our mission and adept at going the extra mile to meet our customers' needs. With the foundation of our 4 pillars of financial strength, specifically robust earnings, capital, liquidity, and credit quality, I am optimistic that NCB will enjoy a very successful 2025, which is also the International Year of Cooperatives. Now I'd like to invite Mark Friedman, who over this past year has served as NCB's board chair, to say a few words. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Friedman, and I had the honor of serving as board chair over the past year. It has truly been a privilege to serve on NCB's board of directors. My relationship with NCB began back in 2004 when my wife and I came to the bank to finance our Ace Hardware stores in the Washington, D.C. area. As we grew our business, it became clear that NCB was more than just a lender, it was a true partner. As a customer, I've experienced firsthand the value of working with a financial institution that not only understands our industry, but is deeply committed to it. That industry expertise and the personalized approach NCB brings is something special. I've seen it in my own journey, and I've seen countless other examples during my time on the board. Now, as my term ends, I want to take a moment to recognize and thank my fellow board members for their dedication and service to NCB. First, I am pleased to introduce and welcome our new board chair, Gigi Hyland, former executive director of the National Credit Union Foundation. And I'd also like to recognize the rest of the board. Josh Ablett, Chief Information Security Officer at Adelia Associates. Caroline Blakely, former president and CEO of Rebuilding Together. Robin Deshotel, Chief Financial Officer at National Co-op Grocers. Thomas Fink, Capital Markets Executive. Brian Oberfell, Chairman and Partner at Emmett, Marvin & Martin, LLP. Andy Riker, former Executive Director of the Urban Homesteading Assistance Board. Maria Smedley, Vice President of Human Resources at Performance Food Service. Elizabeth Veely, President of Sophius LLC. Curtis Nguyen, CEO of Sumter Electric Cooperative. We're also excited to welcome two new members to the NC Board of Directors. Bill Bush, CFO of Spark Fund. Gerardo Espinoza, Executive Director of the Local Enterprise Assistance Fund. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize Jennifer Dolan, whose term on the board has also come to an end. Jennifer, thank you for your 6 years of dedicated service. It's been a pleasure working alongside you. It's been an honor to serve as NCB's chair, to work collaboratively with our board and NCB's talented team to execute on our shared strategic vision. Finally, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to the employees of NCB. Your hard work, commitment, and care for our customers are what drive this institution forward. Thank you again for the opportunity to serve, and now it is my pleasure to introduce NCB's new chairperson, Gigi Hyland.
Thank you, Mark, for that kind introduction and for your incredible leadership this past year. Hello, everyone. My name is Gigi Hyland, and I'm honored and excited to step into the role of board chair for NCB. Serving on NCB's board is deeply meaningful to me. My career has been rooted in the credit union and cooperative sectors, and I've seen firsthand the impact that cooperatives have on building stronger, more resilient communities. That's why NCB's mission speaks to me on such a personal level, because it's about more than banking. It's about ensuring capital and support reach the people and places that need it most, especially low and moderate income communities. I'm proud to share that in 2024, NCB made loans and investments totaling $558 million to benefit low and moderate income families and communities. Today, 42% of NCB's portfolio directly supports these communities and the continued development of cooperatives. Let me share just a few powerful examples of NCB's transactions from this past year. A $15.5 million loan for a new 55-unit senior housing cooperative in Colorado Springs, offering safe, affordable housing for those aged 55 and older. A $3.25 million subordinated debt loan to support the expansion of Innovations Financial Credit Union in Panama City, Florida, a low-income designated credit union and certified community development financial institution. A $7.4 million loan to Genie Energy, enabling the purchase of 11 solar projects across Ohio, Michigan, and Indiana. These projects will provide clean, renewable energy to educational facilities and contribute to long-term sustainability in those regions. A $685,000 line of credit to help launch a new Ace Hardware store in Albion, Michigan, bringing vital retail services to a small community of fewer than 8,000 residents. And a $12.7 million new markets tax credit transaction to support the Marillac Clinic's new 28,000 square foot facility in Mesa County, Colorado. This clinic offers integrated care, primary, dental, and behavioral health for low-income, uninsured, and underinsured patients. And finally, NCB provided a $150,000 revolving line of credit to OTS R&D, an engineering company specializing in providing R&D for its industry partners to support the working capital needs of the newly formed worker cooperative. But lending is just part of the story. In 2024, NCB also provided $2.8 million in grants, donations, and investments to local nonprofits and co-op organizations working in low and moderate income communities. That includes $50,000 for the annual Co-op Innovation Awards and $50,000 to Start.coop, which funds the development of new cooperatives. As board chair, I'm committed to advancing this work, to deepening NCB's impact, supporting co-op growth, and ensuring we continue to serve those who need us most. I want to thank our board, our staff, and our community partners for the work you do every day to bring this mission to life. Together, we will continue to build a more inclusive, equitable, and cooperative economy, one community at a time. Thank you.
In closing, I would like to thank all of our customers for a successful year, and thank you for choosing NCB. I would also like to thank our board of directors for your commitment to NCB. Excitement in the co-op movement is building, as is a recognition that cooperatives are a viable model for many types of enterprises. As we move forward, we remain committed to innovation and strengthening the cooperative movement. Your continued trust and support fuel our mission, and together we can achieve even greater success in the year ahead.